try and keep it steady as you possibly can. I'll get the microphone in. Sorry, mate, that's right. They couldn't see you.
I have no.
Turn around. That's face up.
That's right. No,
I'm
not even bothered. I don't know why I've lost out on the face.
I know.
What a pity.
Good. CJ's in the house, guys. CJ's in the house. Yeah, just fucking, just going to take from the back here. You know, just roll with it, mate. You know what I mean? It's not like any other demo. You know, they wouldn't be running in front of people, not people's feet.
No.
Everybody's talking.
Just go stay.
Sort of about, mate, you know, talk about what's happening and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to get this mic in.
Oh, you don't have, even mic'd up yet?
No.
What are you on, YouTube?
Hello there. I think that's me. Cheers, Foxy lad. Yeah, it's a gathering tonight to talk about what's being said in the media about these so-called vigilante groups, as they're being called. Cheers, Alan. Hi, sir. How's it going, Gary? Belfast? Oh, no, John Rankin. Not good at all. I don't even want to start about Nolan. I don't even want to start. I think we're going to get Neil on here in a bit, so we'll be able to talk to him. How's it going, big baseball? Stephen Moore, we're hoping to there. Good evening, Eddie and me. Yeah, Dabs, he'll be on a bit. Yeah, it's real nice here tonight. Meant to be another heat wave. As usual, I'm rocking a hoodie and bomber fucking jacket. Yeah, very warm, very warm. Oh, Lady J, what's wrong with you? Not scared of the heat, are you? Don't start me, John Rankin. Don't start me. I actually don't have any water at the minute, Daddy. Nice ice cream van there. Sort everybody out. And he's off. Oh, he's got water. It's just me, hasn't. Well, John Rankin, I'd say it's been a long time from you've seen 27. Yeah, we need a good turnout, William. Need all the support tonight here. Don't think so, Daddy. Don't think you would see it that way. Good man, William Lord. We need support everywhere. Oh, there he is. There he is now. The star of the show.
Get the sun. Get the sun. Are we definitely on? Guys and dolls. So just speaking to other YouTubers and TikTokers and stuff like that. Through the live on, just give you an idea. I don't know how much Freddie has told you. Got to try and keep my voice, you know what I mean? Because it's been non-stop. So basically, we people on the right wing of the Patriots have been getting attacked by the mainstream media. Just setting up the camera, guys. Shake it right down. Sorry, guys. So we just turned up. It's still live on. You know how I go. Raw. Everything's live. You know what I mean? Nothing to hide. Um, it's very hot. I haven't stopped. Just back from Killylay, miles away. Roasting hot all day in the car. And right, we're in East Belfast. So basically, we have had patrols out on the streets from different communities, community groups, community parents, concerned parents, whatever you want to call them. And the ones in East Belfast have been getting a bit of flack because of the way they've been doing it, you know. And, at the end of the day, guys, these guys are just parents, every single one of them, you know. And the problem that seems to be coming from the mainstream media is because shady past, who are these men, you know. And like I say, I've had it. Yes, I've had it. I've had it all over the news. It's been on the papers. I've had double spreads, front pages, Irish news, Northern Irish news, Scottish news, everywhere. Pretend that I am related to the Shango Butchers. And this is in the newspapers. This is headline news. You know what I mean? This is what people are reading and believing about me. And like I was orphaned at 8 and I don't have any other family apart from my mother, and she died, of cancer. So this isn't about me. This is to give you an idea of what's going on in the patriot world, up and down the breadth of England and Scotland, Ireland and Northern Ireland. It's to get you to understand what went wrong in England, what went wrong, how did things get out of control, how were so many people silenced, and this is part of what we do to try and bring what's happening to patriots and everybody around the whole island of Ireland and the mainland, and anybody that comes out against the government or says anything and highlights things that they don't want highlighted, however means, then they're going to find whatever they can. And one of the common ones that they're bringing out right now is women beaters or domestic abusers. Nobody knows who they're talking about. None of the patriots, everybody's asked about. None of the guys out on this night walk or anything like that. But it does take you back to Nigel Farage's and even further back with Tommy Robinson and the things that they said about Tommy and the slander and the lies to shut the man down. And it was Tommy was spoke about in every parliament by every prime minister in this country. We Tommy Robinson from Luton, you know what I mean? So this is the attacks. Now, and before I finish about Tommy, because this isn't about Tommy now, but we now know Tommy was right. We now know everything Tommy was saying wasn't far right. It wasn't racist. He was genuinely trying to protect his community. He could see the extremism of Islam. He could see what's happening to the kids. He could see the grooming gangs. He could see how they were operating, how they were getting away with it. He could see the silence, the two-tier, how social work and police weren't getting involved, and they still silenced him. And now we know why they silenced him. And now we know why today in Northern Ireland, so many newspapers like Nolan and the rest are coming out, mainstream media who work for the government, the BBC, that's who Nolan works for, Stephen Nolan. We've had a guy in Ireland chased down by a mob of 20 to 30 foreigners, maybe not foreigners, maybe they've got Irish citizenship now, who knows, chasing an Irish boy down. And they give him a hell of a beating. We've had two guys, whether they're Turkish or Afghanistani, we don't know, attacking a Belfast guy in the city centre, chasing him down, following him down. The guy lashed out and they give him a hiding. Looked like a professional M&M. The guy knew how to handle himself. With that kind of movements and all that, the guy had lots of training. And not a word's been said about it. What they're focusing on, guys, what our mainstream media are focusing on right now is the guys that are going out at the night time, at early hours of the morning, and asking people on the street, what are you doing? Asking men who have been seen over and over again around parks, why are you hanging about here? Move along. Speaking to men outside other parks, where a girl that day tried to pull a girl into the bushes. Only the father was a few steps behind and managed to chase the guy off. In the same park, a guy matching that description was seen loitering, and the guys asked him, who was he? This is the problem the mainstream media asked. He was asked to show ID because they didn't know if this guy was a perpetrator or not. So they couldn't guarantee they could describe him. So if they got a name, at least if anything did happen in that park, or if anything had happened in that park that hadn't been reported, as we know, quite a lot of stuff doesn't get reported until later on, then at least they had a name. And that was it. He was asked to leave, go back to where he was from, his part of Belfast, where he said he was staying. These guys are coming from different areas and hanging about around parks like this at night time. Okay, yes, there's no kids about and all the rest of it, but there's nothing wrong with people being asked, what are you doing, mate? If they're saying I'm chilling, it's a nice night, they're not, that's it. A lot of these guys are lying. They're saying one thing, then they're saying another thing. They're saying they're waiting on a friend, then they're delivering pizzas. There's and the activity that's went on in the dead of night has led to a house being busted by the police, alleged brothel where a young girl was taken out. Whether she was in her teens or what, we don't know because it's hard to tell. Um, but the eyewitnesses there are saying it was a young girl. So, this was a brothel, guys, an alleged brothel, where the community knew what was going on. They seen the men coming in and out. They had made complaints to the police and to the council, as far as I'm aware. And I will be speaking to one of the residents in that street and find out exactly what's happened. I promise you that. The only way we can find out the truth is by going onto the streets and asking the people in these areas, what happened? What happened to that house? Instead of you hearing the one-sided rhetoric coming from the BBC, Ulster Television, Sky News, and the rest. And, we find the left jumping on because they're desperate. They're desperate. They're jumping on the bandwagon, making everybody out to be bad, just like they did with Tommy Robinson. But the people of East Belfast, as you can see, turn it around, let them just see, support these men. The people of East Belfast know who these men and women are. They know these men and women are not a threat to nobody, but they are protecting their community, protecting their children, and they're protecting their women. And that's the bottom line, yet, guys. Yeah, and whether you agree with it or you disagree with it, it's down to the communities. If there's any crimes been committed, that's down to the police. You know, I can tell you now that with no crimes committed, everything has been justified as far as I'm aware, speaking to the community that have all been involved and all talk and everybody knows about it and everybody supports everybody in Shankill, Woodfield, Newton Abbey, Porterdown, Carrickfergus, any part of Northern Ireland is supported by the communities who are coming out and controlling our areas to bring the police out because since these guys have been going out onto the street, there's been more police. So now the police are patrolling these areas. That's all they wanted. That's all we wanted to begin with. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men hanging about, and nobody understands why. And maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe they work and live in the twilight hours. Maybe it's a Western thing of going to bed at 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night and getting up in the morning, you know what I mean, and sleeping through the early hours and stuff. Maybe it is. We don't know, you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is that there is evidence. There is evidence of stuff going on in East Belfast that is driving men to come out onto the street and patrol their areas at night. They're also looking after the homeless. There's loads of evidence of the help that they've give, and they are also making sure women get home safely out of the city centre. Unless you know the geographic of Belfast and East Belfast, if you know the shipyard is in East Belfast. You see the cranes there, that's East Belfast. You've got the Titanic Centre. It's all the docks. East Belfast is the docks. So right there is the city centre, where all the clubs, the pubs, and everything else is. And as you know, in most city centres, women for, spend all their money and all the rest of it. So give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. So these guys are making sure these women get back safely. I need to get a wee chat with somebody.
Cheers, window man. Notice for this one was only put out this afternoon, so it is at limited time. This was only after the escapade in the media this morning. Yeah, it's filling up, Mercer. But yeah, we need as many people here as possible. No, I don't think Stormer's going to be here. Good man, Links 512. Cheers, Foxy lad. Just do what you can when you can. I don't think none will turn up here. Very doubtful. Oh, there's an ice cream van. No burger van. How's it going, Wade? Oh, and that there was a lot of write-ups this morning in the paper about the guys doing the patrolling, being called vigilantes and that. This is just a crowd getting together to show support for the guys. Cheers, wee bit. And if you would like and share to all platforms. Have to say hello to Tracy there. Big up, Tracy. How's it going? Wade says hello.
Guys and dolls. So yeah, Freedom Dad here. We're in East Belfast. CS Square, it's called. Right. So basically, what's going on is there's been an attack on the media against patriots who have been doing TikToks while they've been patrolling their areas. They've been filming everything and putting it on social media, and some people aren't happy of the way they've dealt with some things, but not a lot of people know the full story. So what's happened is, and it has yesterday we seen quite a lot of don't know if they're foreigners or they had Dublin passports chase a young Irishman and beat him severely. And in Belfast, we had two guys allegedly from what do you call it, Turkish barbers that they looked Afghanistani to me, but chasing down a Belfast lad and then basically antagonising the lash out, and they beat the hell out of him. So that's what's been going on. That's real life that we know, facts on the streets. But yet the mainstream media right now are persecuting patriots who are out protecting their communities. And the people out today are here to support all patriots that are doing any patrolling in any of the areas right now. And you're okay, kid. And that's what this is about. This is a call of support, a call of the citizens in this area where these guys patrol this park where they patrol at night time, this park where they've asked that guy to move on, where there had been reports, which I'm not going to go into because, if the police want to look into it, they can look into it and they'll get enough witness statements from people of what's truly went on in the Ormo Park, you know what I mean, that day when they asked that guy who was hanging about a park at 2 o'clock in the morning, listen, what are you doing, buddy? You know what I mean? Move on, So yeah, it's been labelled as vigilante, and the people and the community are here to support. Now, obviously, not everybody supports it. We don't have a poll. There isn't a referendum on this, but we can only go with what we see by social media, by comments and posts and everything. And then we speak to people in the areas, and it's all positive. It's all keep doing what you're doing. And as you can see, this was called at what time was this called? At 1 o'clock. This afternoon, 1, 2 o'clock. This was called at 1, 2 o'clock. This is what you got to understand. This is 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. This was called to support the patriots who are being basically slaughtered online right now by mainstream media, who are probably going to play a big part in the Sunday newspapers. They've already been in the Belfast Telegraph. Pictures and names and even addresses, you know what I mean, of people who are involved in these community walks, patrols, whatever you want to call them. And like I say, it's not happening just in East Belfast, it's happening in West Belfast. Yeah. Just get the sun behind you, mate. Some behind you. It's happening in the Woodfield, the Shankill, Shears one in Newton Abbey, Ballymena, and Portadown, where people are going out, patrolling their areas and videoing, and at the end of the day, what you got to remember, these guys are videoing what they're doing. You know, they're they're not doing anything illegal. You know, I don't know what is wrong with meeting somebody that's out in the middle of the night when women are coming back from the city centre, either drunk or disorientated or whatever, coming through bits that are really, really dodgy. I don't see a problem with asking a man, "What are you up to?" Yeah, they've been there a wee while. Yeah, they've been there for about half an hour. I seen them when I was talking on the thingy. Yeah, this is the police have arrived. But like I say, guys, this is just been called, so I'm not gonna go on. I need to keep my voice because I'm going to say a few words for the guys, and well, they've asked me to, and like you say, I never say no. So I'm going to give you a refresh, try and get some oxygen into my lungs.
Nah, Nolan's just doing as he's told. There's a good wee turnout coming here tonight. Good evening, President. Yeah, it's not a bad turnout, to be fair. A lot of people here really only got the message when they got home from work. Yeah, there's always police. Well, I don't know on that. I'd love to know that one myself. I haven't heard nothing about that wee bit. Bunkers. Where was that now? Was that in Dublin too? There he is there, look. There he is.
Yeah, he's recording it. Should have taken. Aye, I'll need the mic on. What's that? I'm going on camera. Yeah, I'm going on camera. Now, do you want to shout them in? Get this over and done with. Guys, come and get you in here, please. Just come in a wee bit so I don't have to shout too loud. Right, guys. I'm Freedom Dad. I haven't organised this. I'm here in support of men that's like me. Patriots, mothers and fathers, granny and granddads, uncles and aunties. They're doing a wee bit more than sitting in the house and watching YouTube every day. These men are getting up out of their seats and they're walking the streets and they're protecting your children. That's the first thing you need to know. First thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is exactly what's happening to these guys with the media like me and the nonsense that's coming out saying that I'm related to the one that shankled butchers when I was orphaned at 8, don't have any other family but my ma who died of cancer when I was 8 years old, and yet they still say I'm related to the shankled butchers. That's the media. Now they're saying that there's men on the street that are involved with domestic violence. Where have we heard that before? Tommy Robinson 15 years ago. This is our 15 years. They're doing to Tommy what they're doing right now. The us guys, they've done to Tommy. What happened to England after they done that to Tommy? 50 grooming gangs up and down the breadth of England, social work working with the Muslims, police working with the Muslims, and the government working because they were afraid of Islam. This is our 15 years. If we allow anybody to be silenced in our communities, we will have the same problems in 15 years. Some of us won't be here, but my daughter will be here. Our grandchildren will be here, and it's our job and our duty to stand up as men and women in Northern Ireland and say, not happening in our country. Enough is enough. Stop the person. Get them out. Lisa, you come.
Well, again, I have nothing prepared, so excuse the nerves and excuse the verbal diarrhea probably. But the thing is, I've been out quite a few nights with these guys who are walking the streets, and everything is being claimed that it's violent and we're this and we're that, and everything's focused on the negative from the other evening in Ravenhill Avenue. Now, what I think people are forgetting is there was vulnerable women saved that evening. Vulnerable women that they say we don't care about. That was the main concern. These women weren't entering and leaving this house alone. They were being escorted by men. The police were informed on numerous occasions by residents, and just like we've seen in Ballymena, nothing was done. The difference is Belfast says no. We are not going to let this move in, and anyone conducting any sort of behaviour on the streets when these people are out, they will be approached and they will be asked what they're doing, because there's too much going on, and all you have to do is look to England and down the south of Ireland, and we can't let our streets become like that. We don't want tents everywhere. We don't want men that we have no idea where they came from, what they are convicted of, or being able to trace them if anything goes wrong. So forget all the background noise, support your local community groups, get in other areas, get your walking groups up and going. There is no laws against walking the streets at night time. There's no crimes being committed, and this is nothing more than a media storm. The police have seen us out walking. They're welcome to approach us at any time. They have done. So I don't believe that this is anything more than the media trying to stir things as usual. And we've seen that repeatedly over the past number of years. Stay together, keep it peaceful, and as long as all communities stand together, if there's someone there that you don't want, organise a protest outside the house. Tell the authorities and everyone around loud and clear that no behaviour that we don't accept in our culture and our faith will be accepted and allowed to fester like it did in other parts of Northern Ireland. Thank you all for coming.
Cheers, Lisa. I just want to say thank you so for coming out. I want anybody online, because even though there's only a couple of hundred people here, there will be thousands and thousands of people watching us online in England, Scotland, and Ireland. There's a lot of people watching us right now in the government, MI5, intelligence. They're all on us. They're all over us. We're getting all sorts of problems from all sorts of directions right now. But I want people to understand. They talk about me in a shady past. This is East Belfast. You're not going to get many men out there that have been involved in the conflict in one way or the other in the last 50, 60 years. Some of the men that's been in prison in these areas would never be in prison if they were born and bred in any other country around the world. And as simple as like that, there's only one type of men like Belfast men. That's the men that are standing up and fighting for their children. Thank you all for coming out and supporting the guys that are getting the flack. And do not believe what you read in the newspapers. Thank you so much, guys. Brilliant. Let's get over here, mate. Cheers, buddy. Oh, guys, I've been on the go all day, so haven't stopped. Been in Killyleagh, just back in Killyleagh, and then East Belfast, Bangor, then East Belfast. Losing my voice. I wanted to bring this live to you so you can share it out and let all the people know around the world what's going on, what's happening in Britain, what we've seen happening in England. It's happening in Northern Ireland. It's happening in Ireland. Patriots all over are being attacked. More focus is being put on us than anybody else. You know, there's more focus being put on patriots than any of the grooming gangs, than any of the foreign abusers that are around Britain right now. We know the stats. We know the league tables of who's doing the most abuse in England. We know who they are. It's men that's come into the country, whether illegally or legally. They're the ones who are committing these crimes. They're the ones who were let into England who are now committing them crimes. We do not want that in Northern Ireland. We do not want irregular or mass immigration. We were happy with what immigration we have. We are quite happy with people coming into the country and putting a bit into society, taking a bit out of society, whatever. Interacting. That's all we ask. Not to come over and change things. Tell us we can't walk our dogs in the park. Tell us we've got to kill our animals in an inhuman way or in any other time. The human rights people, animal rights people would be up in arms. But because it's Islam, they're okay to do what they want. And then there's more comes. They're going to turn churches into churches into mosques, and they're going to want cousin marriages. And as we know, they're going to then want to build airports in Pakistan, as we've seen. We do not want that in Northern Ireland. We have Catholics and Protestants that are coming out of 60 years of conflict. We're trying to come together, unite, and so the future is perfect for our children and our grandchildren, and they don't have to go through what we went through. But now we're faced with an even bigger evil. This is terrorism on our level. The IRA phoned in and give you a warning when they drop the bomb. These guys don't. We're seeing crimes, on sexual crimes, horrific, that we've never seen, that I can't even tell you. I can't even say what we know. Read the transcripts. Read the 2 transcripts that we've got from the 2 grooming gangs that they've released. And that's why you can't get any other transcripts from any other grooming crimes, because them 2 were bad enough. And if you knew the truth, everybody would be out here right now. If you knew what was coming, everybody would be. This is not misinformation. This is not far right. This is not racist. This is facts. This is facts. You can research it. Deaths, births, all the rest of it. There's a reason why you're not getting the stats. 2019 is the last time the government gave you stats of how many illegal immigrants have come into the country. There's a reason. Because if you knew the truth, it would shock the life out of you. You would know how long it would be before we would be replaced. Just like Rotherham, Luton, Rochdale, Halifax, and the rest. You know what I mean? So I'm Freedom Dad, coming from East Belfast, and spin it around, mate, spin it around. And yeah, this is people coming out to support the guys that are going through all the shit right now in the media, and Stephen Nolan having a good wee time calling out patriots instead of the real problem. I'm Freedom Dad. Ready? God bless. Thank you.